with the current restructure of URTV's bylaws and the general changeover to meet the new environment for public access television, and to be in compliance with accepted practices in the public access field, the old committee structure is being replaced by a new one. There'll be 4 committees: executive committee, organizing committee, operations, and that's board operations, not URTV, day-to-day operations, and community relations. Full description of these committees and their purposes will be provided shortly.
Now, this says the bylaws have been restructured. Who's doing that?
I'm working on it, trying to meld everything together. Y'all will get to see it, don't worry. You get
No,
to
I
see
mean,
it,
we'll have to
comment
vote on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's why I was wondering
Yeah.
what was being done.
But there are certain things we need to do to be more in compliance with public access law and so forth.
Are you getting any help from any other board member in this task, Ralph?
Are you willing to do it?
Well, I'm asking the question. Are you getting any help?
Yes,
Yeah,
Hunter and
what
Bob.
committee is
Yeah.
holding the,
Do what?
what committee is holding the, what committee's
It's the
getting
executive
together?
committee right now.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in executive committee then.
The executive
Executive
committee
officer.
composes
Have to be
the
a vice
officers.
Oh, okay.
Then you're on automatically, you're stuck.
Okay.
So there will be more details forthcoming. They're not available yet, is why they're not forthcoming until later.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You just know we
Just
have
want
to
to
do it.
educate you ahead of time.
Yeah, we have to vote on it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then we'll review them, vote on them.
Oh, yeah, that's the only way it can be done, yeah.
Just making that statement.
My understanding is the city was really, really picky about the bylaws in the first place and went over them with a fine-tooth comb. And so keep that in mind with whatever plans you have. Because
Well,
he's
the
going to have to go through the
problem-
city again.
It's not that I have plans or anyone does, it's that when the original bylaws were done, they weren't done by public access people. And they weren't done with the ideal that PEG was gonna be going away and we'd need other ways of funding and that we'd have to expand into West North Carolina, so there's a lot going on.
Right,
that
and
we're
that's the
trying to
jurisdiction
resolve.
of the board.
Yep.
I thought they were done by public access people.
We didn't have any back then.
Yeah, we did. We had
Yes, we
that
did.
attorney.
We had a media attorney in Washington, D.C.
That doesn't sound like public access.
Well, that was the person who was familiar with it.
I believe it was originally on
The
that
original
board, there was one
committee.
member.
Can we not defer too much in an argument?
Yeah,
It's
it's-
7:20.
now's
Well, we're
We can-
clarifying. I think it's okay if we clarify, isn't it?
Yeah, the other thing is direct your questions not to each other, but to the chairman. You know, this is the Robert's Rules of Order, and you ask Mr. Chairman. Okay, and then when somebody's speaking, you do not interrupt until they're finished speaking or sit down. And to keep it, so we get the meetings done in a timely manner. And if we get off topic, I'll bring you back on the topic also.
Yeah.
Thank you. Crack that whip.
Yeah, I do remember the fact, you know, we did have a couple of attorneys look at and gave some assistance back then, but I don't remember how much experience they had along the line as far as public access is concerned. But it helps for us always to be looking at where we're going, what we're doing, and if we're staying within the bounds of what public access TV is supposed to be about.
So are the city and the county gonna have to be notified about these bylaw changes?
We have to submit it to them.
Yeah.
You can't talk to me.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, they will be notified,
Okay.
and
They really were picky about it.
yes,
You
I
remember
mean,
that.
I certainly
I mean, it took lots
we
of
went
time.
around and
over there.
around,
Yes.
and we were thankful for the attorney's assistance during that time.
So we can bet on going round and round with them again, I bet you.
Well, I don't know.
different crew now.
Yeah.
The attitude's changed about public access, I will admit
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It has,
Yes,
it is
that's
changed, it's
true,
changed.
for sure.
And that's been a positive thing.
It has been.
Been a positive.
Recall a discussion
I would
of
make a motion to
committees our
approve as
president
amended.
will present the next regular board meeting. Do you recall that?
No, but he just did.
I don't recall a discussion about the committees, and new assignments. I don't recall that being discussed at the last board meeting.
Well, as far as I remember, it was, and, we went through to give the opportunity for those that would like to serve on these committees. There's nobody forcing the hand, and so,
Did-
it's an opportunity. A number of folks had requested an opportunity to serve on committees, and these were the ones
Do you,
that came up
do you
with.
recall that? Does anyone else recall? We did had that.
I do recall that,
I recall it, Devane, you were there.
as a new member of the board, I remember them saying that they were going to be reviewing committee appointments and, letting us know what committees we would be on.
Is that a selection that, the executive committee assign, board members, without, I mean, I'm sure there's a board, committee I'd like to be on other than the one I'm on.
I move that we discuss board positions tonight.
Point of order. You can't make a motion when we're discussing.
Can it be added to the agenda?
The agenda's already been approved.
You mean we can't talk about it at all?
Well, once it's been approved, it's approved, isn't it?
I don't know. Is
Unless
it?
you want this done.
Okay, whatever. Can't talk about it. Mm-mm-mm.